They accused us of kidnapping and murdering a police officer. That's how I began on some state charges.
We are back with a true one, man. We got Yatta face in the building, man. What's good with it?
What's happening, man?
All right, first and foremost, man, we're doing this virtual, man. I would love to have you in studio, but of course, some of these stories go across state lines. It's a big country out here, so I appreciate you, man. If you don't mind, reintroduce yourself, let them know where you're from, and then also let them know how much time you did.
All right, I'm from Virginia, man. I'm from the DMV up in Alexandria. I did 24 years. I did 13 in the state of Virginia, and I did 11 in the feds. A little bit of everywhere for real.
Oh, man. Okay, you did. So you did state and feds.
Yeah, I did state and feds.
All right. Real quick before we even get to the personal, if you don't mind, because we always get this question just for let the people who haven't ever experienced the prison system. For you, what was the main difference? What is the main difference between doing state time and doing fed time?
I'm saying it's so different that to me you can't even have a conversation. You got to divide it when you have a conversation. You can't even you can't conflate the two at all. In the state, that shit is dog eat dog. You dig what I'm saying? It's every man for themselves inside that joint. It's strictly wild west, man. That's nature. And the feds is organized into cars and they got their own little governments and shit. So it's about intelligence in the feds, man. You gonna make it through intelligence in the feds, and in the state, you gotta put that work in, man.
Yeah. Now, if somebody said they did 10 years state or 10 years fed, which one is you respecting more? Like, I'm just curious as far as.
It really depend on. They got to tell me what level they was on. I don't even. If you was on a lower security level, your whole conversation, that's a whole different world. You can't even. I don't understand none of that shit. Them niggas that's on them lower levels, it's just a whole different mentality, whole different. Yeah, so it depends on where they did it. If they did them in the USPs, or if they did it in certain regions in the feds, in FCIs, that tell me something different. Anything lower than that, it don't have no meaning to me. And I go for the same thing, at least in my state system. If you wasn't at a level 4 and up, yeah, it's a big difference.
Definitely. I appreciate you. All right, well, let's do it like this. Let's get right into it, man. Normally when we do these prison stories, whenever we have a new person on the platform, we try to get a little bit of a backstory of the who, what, when, where, and how, and the why. If you don't mind, let's start with the when. When did you catch a charge? When did you go in, and when did you get out? Just to kind of have an understanding.
I uh I'm saying I began catching charges at 12. I'm getting locked up since 12. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying as far as this adult shit, shit, I don't know where to begin, man. I got my first adult charge at 17. Then again at 18, I had about 12 more felonies at 18. Did the 13 years, came home, and within the 4-month time period, walked into a RICO conspiracy. You know what I mean? So it's all different type of time periods. I don't know which one we on, man.
All right, yeah. Sometimes in this life, you be in and out of that thing. So let's do it like this. Let's talk about the latest one, the RICO. Let's speak on the what. As far as what was the charge they tried to put on you? What was the RICO? What was the conspiracy? Kind of walk us through what that charge was for that last one that you got caught up with.
All right. Now I'm gonna choose my words carefully. Like I ain't never see what's unique about this story is it was high profile as fuck, but the 6 defendants who took it to trial, we never been heard. Like none of us never talked to no police, no investigators. We ain't talked to our lawyers. So like this is my first time ever speaking on this shit. Period. But it began with me and my brother Halisi Uhuru and a pipe head, man. They hit us three. They hit all three of us with capital murder. They accused us of kidnapping and murdering a police officer. That's how I began on some state charges.
Yeah, I saw in regards to the charge itself. I believe Captain Kevin Quick is the police name, a reserve police captain.
Yeah,
Back in 2014.
yeah.
Um, if you can, because again, like you said, and I appreciate you even speaking on it. To be your first time speaking on it, can you speak on what that situation was? You got to go into too many details, but what was that situation as far as with this captain?
I could put it like this. It basically we was accused of being a criminal enterprise, blood organization, and that allegedly it was a 36 count indictment where it was a bunch of niggas just let them tell it going crazy and shit, and it culminated to the kidnapping and murder of this police officer. You dig what I'm saying? They never really was able to give no true motive, as far as I can see, for why they saying that this murder took place. But that's what we went to court on. That's what four individuals was convicted of.
So they normally have, when you go and get information in regards to a situation, they have, they don't be having information, but of course we're here to talk about it. They have it listed as the DNGS, or the 99 Goon Syndicate is what it's called. Um, a lot of
It's
people that
double.
watch
It's double nine goon syndicate.
Double Nine. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me. A lot of people that have been on this platform, Prison Stories. I've got a lot of Texas stories in regards to the region that I'm in is in Texas or Louisiana. A lot of people don't hear about the stories that go on in the DMV area. So for you, if you don't mind, I want to get a little backstory on your history. And this is your blood brother you're speaking of, the other Uhuru.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it
It's
like?
it's it's a third of who rule on the case too.
Yeah.
Well,
So
actually, it's six of them. It's six of who rules now on the case. Everybody, yeah.
yeah, I see Halisi, I see Quelly, I see
And
these are all.
the other three got their names legally changed since they've been in the system too. Uhuru.
Oh, okay. All right. So speak on it. The DMV and that Uhuru name. What was it for you coming up as far as normally I try to hold off to get to the why, but I always like to understand what puts a man in a position of like, hey, we out here, we got to get to it, we got to get out the mud. What was your story coming up as far as family, as far as bond, as far as jumping off the porch and getting to it?
I'm saying my story just like every other black story out here, man. I was raised in the in them 90s. You know what I'm saying? I'm born in 82. So I'm from that area where, peoples was on that shit. So unfortunately, I had a mother and a father that was junkies for real. You dig what I'm saying? So I was raised under those conditions. You dig what I'm saying? So um yeah, I was
Are
raised
you
under those conditions.
the oldest among siblings, or are you the youngest, middle child?
I'm the oldest of it's four of us and shit. I'm the oldest of you got one older than me. He 9 years older than me with a different pops and shit. So he was off to college by the time I jumped off the porch and shit. And then goddamn is me and my two younger brothers. We close together. So I was their oldest in the household growing up. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, for that alone, what does that put any pressure on you as far as the situation with your mom and your pops? And you got two little brothers looking up to you basically, like what you do, they gonna follow. Was there any pressure on you by chance?
Hell yeah. I'm from a small town for real. I'm from a small town right outside of DC and shit. So, growing up, I don't know that, there's bigger cities and what's really going on. I just know my environment and what's happening out my environment. So by us being it was all my friends, people's junkies for real. You either had niggas that was, when we were younger, they people junkies, and then you got the older niggas that serve them. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what I'm dealing with when that refrigerator on E. And I got two little brothers that's hungry too. You dig what I'm saying? So, I was job forced out that jump. You know what I'm saying?
Just out of context, before you start, catching crimes, how far have you been outside of your hometown? What's the furthest you've been growing up?
Goddamn everywhere. I'm originally from Florida. I'm originally from St. Pete,
Okay,
down Jordan Park. You dig what I'm saying? And then I moved up to Philly and shit. I was out West Philly and shit from like the age of 6 to about 8. And then we came down to Virginia and shit. And I was out Virginia, all different parts of Virginia, from Lorton to Alexandria to Woodbridge. Then got down to Manassas. Then I've been out. Then I was out DC. I'm out Southeast DC hard. Then all through the city. Yeah, I just been around. Out PG. I'm just all through the DMV. I'm all through there. Then I done been up to New York. You know, I used to take runs up New York. I've been all out Carolina. Been all out Atlanta. I just all up and down these East Coast.
No, definitely, definitely. They have you listed as one of the founders and leaders of the Double Nines.
Yeah, that's what they say though. Nah, I wasn't no founder. That's 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 how the government needed to paint it to better pull me into this shit. But I wasn't no founder of that. Nah.